What is up, you guys? It is your boy Jot here from Puma, Plow. Welcome back to another Farming Simulator 19 video. This time, of course, here on the flat map on the Xbox One. And guys, after the last video in this series, I spent a couple hours on this map. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I was rendering, waiting for stuff to render and editing and whatnot, all that good stuff. So I had several hours where I basically, you know, the computers were tied up doing the work. So I just stayed here on the console, and this was my chariot, as you can see here, with the Magnum, with the snowblower and the semi-trailer. I cleaned animals, I fed animals, and well, I might have pushed some wool too. I might have pushed a little bit of wool. So I think first things first, I want to get the wool cleaned up. I do appreciate you guys clicking on the video though. Welcome on in, everybody. Welcome in. Thanks to that, guys. I want to clean up the wool real fast because, well, frankly, honestly, here, I'm going to be streaming this map right now. You guys are watching this on YouTube on Thursday. I will be streaming this map on YouTube on Thursday from noon to 5 p.m. Central. Maybe a few minutes shorter than that on the 5 p.m. side, but my sister is bringing us dinner, so I don't have to make dinner, but I would like to like see her when she comes to the house and basically help her like get it in and stuff. You know, you got to be present when somebody brings you food, right? It's the nice thing to do. So that is what I will be doing. So yeah, $1,800 a skid here. Wow. They may not all be full. In fact, I know they're not all full. So we fast time forever, or I fast time forever, and I did get the chicken achievement all taken care of. I think I got that on the last video, or right after the last video anyway. But it's all taken care of. It's good to go. The sheep, I did not realize that we only had a few sheep, so I have purchased more. So they're breeding every 5 hours and 15 minutes now. They were at 24 hours. To breed. And actually, like I said, guys, I'm going to be streaming this map. I may set up another paddock tomorrow as well, or it's today for you guys, it's tomorrow for me. 11 hours away. Oh boy, I need to go to bed soon. Anyway, I don't need 12 hours to sleep. I don't need 12 hours to sleep, but I got, anyway, it's the whole thing. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, there's a lot of work to do, but I might start a second paddock of sheep just to get the achievement done. But I wanted to get all this wool cleaned up before somebody comes in here and wrecking balls absolutely destroys my pile of wool. So while we can clean it up and it's all nice and neat, we're gonna go ahead and just take a couple minutes here and get that done. Things to talk about in this video, guys. Obviously, we will be talking about the Farming Simulator 19 news, or not 19, but actually it would be 21. The Farming Simulator news, we'll talk about that a little bit. I don't know a ton of facts, but you know, I know about as much as everybody else that they're not making a game this year. They're not producing a game. They will not be publishing a game. Now, apparently that doesn't mean they're not working on a game. It just means that they're not going to release a game. So that's interesting. We'll get more into that. The other thing is the comments from the last vid. Rob, I appreciate you so much, buddy. You're awesome, dude. That's all I need to say about that one. You're awesome. The other thing is, why don't I want people to know my name? I guess I was talking about like possibly changing the name of the channel. Just kind of thinking out loud, not gonna lie. Do you really need to know where I live? Because I mean, if you know my full name, you can look up my family, and it's not that I would care so much if people knew my last name, but the problem is that's my whole family, and they didn't really consent or condone that I'd be giving out our last name to the world, basically. Now, do I think there'd be an issue and like some psycho creep would show up at my house and like want to kill me? Probably not. But let's be honest, this day and age, you never know. And yes, I am a little too public with some stuff. I'll fully admit that. And there are people that know where I live, and there are people that know where my farm is, and there are people that know my name. But I hope it's not that many. I'm not challenging people to find it or anything. That's for sure. You know, okay, let's put it this way. Do you think I need to know where you live? Then why do you need to know where I live? I don't necessarily care where people live. And yeah, I mean, it's just a privacy thing, honestly. There's some information in life that you just shouldn't share on the internet. And maybe your full name is one of those. Just saying, you know, especially in my situation. Like I said, it's one thing if people would know my name, but because you would know the whole family's name, like that's where the issue comes in, to be honest. So we did actually have another YouTube channel back in the day that had our last name in it, and we very quickly took videos off there and quit producing content. It was like, there's nothing on the channel anymore, so you can't go find it if you wanted to, but you can't find it, I should say. Channel's still there technically, I guess, so it's just a YouTube account, but there's nothing on the channel. But it was the early on the farm videos, basically. The first 3 on the farm videos, we didn't call them on the farm. They were called something else. And we did a little re-edit to upload them to the Puma Plow channel, is what we did. We basically recycled that content once we decided, like, hey, maybe posting content with our last name in it and like where we're at and stuff is maybe not always the best idea. Now, like I said, for a lot of people, not a big deal. But I just like to be a little private, you know? There's just certain things in life that are better kept as not necessarily secrets, just withholding information sometimes is good in life. Just saying. Anyway, that's that. Talked way too much about it, but yeah. And the other thing is, I like to be on a first name basis with you guys, not a last name. First name, like Rob. Like Rob. I couldn't even tell you what his last name is. It's in his YouTube thing. It's on every comment he leaves. I don't look at it. I don't need to know what people's last names are. I'm just saying, I don't need to know. The other thing, okay, so the farm sim news. So if you guys have been living under a rock for 24 hours or more, Farming Simulator 19 or Farming Simulator 21, based on previous, you know, releases from Giants, from Focus Interactive, whatever you want to call it, from Giants, we'll say. Based on their previous history, we all expected the game to come out this, you know, October, November, somewhere in there of 2020. And of course that would be Farm Sim 21. Well, it sounds like they are not done with Farm Sim 19. And you got to think the next gen consoles are coming out this holiday. And it sounds like they want to take advantage of that a little bit more than just writing it basically as an Xbox One game. They want to take advantage of the new console. So it actually makes a ton of sense to go ahead and push it back. And it's not even a pushback because it was never actually announced. The game had not been announced yet. So sorry, cough button, just saying. Best button on the Go XLR. The game had not even been officially announced yet. But everybody was speculating that, you know, it would come out this fall or November, December, or October, November, because that's what they have done in the past. So, I mean, it makes perfect sense. Like, hey, yeah, just the next one will come out. You know, they introduce the mobile games. They do the mobile game one year. They do the console PC game the next year. Boom. It makes sense. It works. But this year they're breaking that streak and it's not going to happen. So I'm looking at it as a positive, which, you know, they did say more content for 19. They're not done with 19 yet. They want to put out more content, I guess DLC. I'm hoping a map. I'm hoping a really good map, but that's, you know, we'll see. I feel like modded maps are better than the maps that Giants make, you know. But anyway, I'm hoping for a map. I think it'd be good. Maybe another brand, maybe just a John Deere DLC, maybe a Claas DLC. I don't know. I don't know anything. This is all just like my kind of wishes and hopes and dreams. You know, they say they're going to have more content for 19. They're not done with 19. Well, let's pump out some really good content. Plus they are continuing to work on the next farm sim game. So maybe they can fix some things, like maybe they can work on, you know, a better engine, or maybe they could work on improved physics, which they've already improved them a bunch, but you know, make them better, make the game run better, optimize the sucker. Let's go. Get rid of the multiplayer sync. I'd be okay with that too. Make console multiplayer better, which I think that will be. I think multiplayer on console will be better with the next gen consoles, because they're going to be like very powerful, probably more powerful than a lot of PCs out there. And I think that's going to be kind of the way it goes, you know. I think the next consoles are going to be fantastically powerful, and hopefully they're going to take full advantage of that power. I'm just saying. Or even give us, you know, terrain where like this would actually become mud and it would be rough after time, and I would have to like get a tractor and a blade and grade it back together or something, you know. That'd be super cool. So those are kind of the big things I wanted to talk about in this video, was the comment about my name and the farm sim news. Those are the big ticket items, guys. Those are the big things going on right now. The other thing I guess we can talk about in this video, I had to tow a vehicle today. That was kind of fun. Not at all. My I think I talked about it in a previous video. I know I did. I talked about it in the stream too. It was the last vehicle that was mom's, and my brother's been driving the thing for years now, because mom didn't drive for the last couple of years of her life. She didn't drive for, I guess, almost 1.5 to 2 years. What is wrong with this thing? I feel like there's something dragging. I guess not. Anyway, so he's been driving this thing, and he's kind of trashed it, I won't lie. Kind of a shame, but you know, it is what it is. And pretty sure the starter went out, so it's not necessarily the fault of his, but you know, starters happen. Solenoid and starter, something went bad. And so instead of, like, you know, if it was warm out, we would probably worked on it here at the house. Not a big deal to rip a starter out. Well, it depends on the car. It depends on the car. These particular vans, these minivans, it's a Mercury oh god, whatever it's called, the Mercury minivan. It's basically a Ford Windstar. So this is like the last year they made the vans or something. But yeah, so it could be a nightmare. I don't know. So we got a tow dolly from where dad works, and we loaded that sucker up. We used a cable come along to help us load it, because, well, the thing doesn't run. Obviously it doesn't start. It might run, it doesn't start. And yeah, it was pointing uphill on my street just a little bit. My street doesn't have a lot of hill in front of my house, but down the street, big hill. Right where I live, not too bad. So we hooked up the Ram, the good old Ram 1500 Classic, big horn. Let's go. Not big, whatever it is. Classic. It's a classic. I think it's a big horn anyway, whatever it is. Truck pulled it like it wasn't even there. It was amazing, honestly. Put her in tow mode, so that changes your like RPM bands and stuff. Like, it changes your shift points, and that definitely helped out quite a bit. Like I said, it was like it wasn't even there. That truck is awesome. I really do like that truck, and I'm not gonna get into the Ford, Chevy, Dodge, Ram, all the debates in the comments or anything, but like, man, just something new is so nice. Because before this truck, dad's been driving work trucks forever, and his work trucks have not been new. They've been kind of craptastic, I won't lie. What is drag? Like, I feel like these combines are dragging. Why are we going so slow? I don't get it. And yeah, his like crappy work trucks that have been just that. They've been like pure crap. So it's kind of neat and like different and weird all at the same time for him to get a nice new shiny work truck, you know, or not even work truck. It's his truck. It's the first new vehicle that Dad ever bought for himself. He obviously bought mom vans over the years. We used to have a Windstar that was brand new. I guess the Windstar was the first like brand new one they bought. They might have bought something back in the day before I was around, but Windstar was definitely a new one, and then the Mercury van was a new one. Actually, no, that one was slightly used. Basically new. It had like 1,000 miles on it, I think. One of the people from the dealership, like one of the owners or the owner's sons or something, he took it home a few times. So it didn't have a lot of miles on it, but it did have some. And then, like I said, the truck is Dad's first one for himself. So, you know, he deserves it. He's 70 years old. He deserves it, right? So, yeah, but it was cool. Owning that van, that thing just handled it. Now, granted, we took kind of the flatter roads in town. We did have to go up a couple good hills, but going down, we took like kind of the around route instead of going down like a really steep hill that would probably be an issue to stop at the bottom. We decided to kind of snake through town a little bit, which we probably actually had like drove farther than we needed to, but we avoided the big up and down hills. We had a couple minor uphills. Not too bad though, actually. Yeah, not too bad uphills, but definitely avoided a huge downhill. There's a really steep hill in town, and that's where Dad was gonna go first, and I was like, you are insane. I don't think I mean any trailer of any kind of weight shouldn't go down that hill. And then actually up, you stop at the very top of the hill pointing uphill. So it's like, well, that's not good either, honestly. That one's kind of dangerous too, so there is that. So yeah, guys, like I said, we're gonna be working on this map on stream, guys. Selling the sheep, not the sheep. I was gonna say sheep. Selling the cows and the chickens. By the way, we gotta clean up all the chicken eggs too. Probably gonna do that tomorrow too, because there's a lot. We have anything over there we can? Let's go look. There is an absolute mountain of there's a mountain of eggs over here. Watch this. I guess we'll have to get a pickup truck maybe and throw them in there. I don't know, but we can definitely sell the chickens and sell the cows. I believe they're pretty much done on their food too. Chickens are pretty close. Cows are close enough, and then the sheep are fed up because we need them still. Don't know how many more I need, but yeah. So a lot of eggs to clean up over here, guys. There's about, you know, $3 worth of eggs probably. Just saying. But we'll definitely clean those up, because I believe you pick them up, right? You pick them up? Okay. Pick them up, throw them in a semi, or not a semi, but like throw them in a truck. Got all these to clean up. There's so many. But hey, what are you gonna do, right? All right, I think I'm gonna call it there, guys. I gotta get these edited and rendered and get to bed so I can stream in the morning. So I hope to see you all there. If not, that's cool too. Otherwise, guys, I will catch you all on the next one. Until then, have a great rest of your day, and as always, toodles to all. That's my stream outro. And as always, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and as you know what I mean. Okay, toodles. Bye.